You ever notice how people treat life like it's Amazon Prime? Click once, wait 2 days, and boom. Your dream job, your soulmate, your six-pack abs should arrive at your door. But here's the punchline. Life isn't Amazon Prime. It's more like Wish.com. You order peace of mind, and what shows up looks like a broken fidget spinner. And I get it. You're tired. Bills piling up. Boss breathing down your neck. Your mom sending you motivational WhatsApp texts that don't motivate anything. It feels like the universe should cut you some slack. But here's the harsh truth. Life doesn't owe you anything. Not a career, not love, not even a good Wi-Fi signal. And weirdly enough, that's good news. Because the second you stop expecting the world to play fair, you actually start playing the game differently. Think about it. When you expect traffic to be smooth, every red light feels like the universe is personally trolling you. But when you expect chaos, when you accept that life is basically a glitchy GTA server, you stop screaming at the screen. You start laughing at the absurdity. That's what Stoicism is. Not be a cold robot with no emotions. It's learning how to keep your sanity in a world that runs on pure nonsense. So let me ask you, what if peace isn't about fixing life, but about fixing how you look at it? Here's the thing. Most people walk through life with a customer service mindset, like they're at the complaints desk of the universe. Excuse me, yeah, I ordered happiness 3 years ago, and it still hasn't arrived. Can I speak to the manager? But newsflash, there is no manager. And if there is, they're on a permanent coffee break. Think about dating. We expect love to be like a Netflix algorithm. You liked her smile? Cool. Here's a soulmate suggestion for you. But no, what you usually get is mixed signals, ghosting, and someone who still isn't over their ex. And yet, we act shocked, as if heartbreak wasn't part of the fine print. Or work. You do the bare minimum for 6 months and expect to become CEO? Come on, that's like doing 3 push-ups and expecting Marvel to call you for the next Thor movie. Here's what the Stoics figured out 2,000 years ago, and what TikTok gurus keep recycling today with worse editing. You can't control the chaos, but you can control your reaction. Marcus Aurelius didn't have Wi-Fi, but he understood the algorithm of life. Pain, guaranteed. Annoying people, guaranteed. Everything working out the way you planned, 0% chance. So here's the hack. Stop playing the victim of life's bad Wi-Fi. Start being the guy who laughs when the Zoom call freezes. Because here's the paradox. The less you expect, the more free you feel. And suddenly, traffic jams, breakups, or failing a test, they don't feel like betrayals. They just feel like Tuesday. Here's the messed up secret nobody tells you. Life is basically a prank show, and you're the unknowing contestant. Think about it. You spend years in school learning how to calculate the speed of a train leaving Paris at 3 p.m. And then boom, real life hits you with, congrats, here's rent, depression, and an inbox full of bills. That's the absurd, the mismatch between what we expect and what we actually get. We expect clarity. Life gives us pop-up ads. We expect justice. Life hands us office politics. We expect love. Life sends us someone who still texts their ex just to check in. And yet, we keep acting surprised, as if the world was ever meant to make sense. Take Instagram. Everyone scrolls, expecting inspiration. But what do you actually get? Half-naked influencers selling detox tea. Your ex looking happier without you. And motivational quotes that sound deep, but were probably written by a tired intern. Absurd, right? And here's the kicker. The more you try to fight it, the more insane you feel. Like yelling at traffic. You think your horn is going to magically part the cars like Moses splitting the sea? No. All you get is high blood pressure and maybe a middle finger from a guy in a Honda Civic. Albert Camus, fancy French philosopher, chain smoker, professional mood killer, called this the absurd. Life promises meaning, but gives you chaos. You scream, why? And the universe answers with silence. So what do most people do? They freak out. They chase distractions. Workaholism, Netflix binges, Tinder swipes at 3 a.m. Anything to avoid staring at the truth. That life is a circus, and none of us know the script. But here's where it gets funny. The moment you accept the absurd, you stop being its clown. Imagine playing a video game where the physics are broken. Every time you jump, your character flies sideways into a wall. You could rage quit, throw the controller, smash the TV, or you could laugh and learn how to speedrun the glitch. That's the Stoic hack. That's the absurd unmasked. You stop begging life to be fair. You stop crying, why me? Instead, you grab the glitchy controller and say, alright, let's see what happens if I press all the buttons at once. Because here's the cosmic joke. The universe isn't out to get you. It isn't out to save you either. It's just out. And the freedom comes when you realize you don't need the script to enjoy the play. When you stop needing answers to start living the questions. If this hit you somewhere deep, don't just scroll. Drop a thought in the comments. Who knows? Maybe your chaos can inspire someone else's meaning. Here's the bitter truth, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Life doesn't owe you a damn thing. Not happiness, not success, not even that good morning text you've been waiting for. But here's the real twist. That's actually good news. Think about it. Most of our suffering comes from one toxic little word. Should. Life should be fair. People should appreciate me. If I do good, good things should come back. Yeah, no. You can be the hardest worker at your job, the one who stays late, fixes everyone's mess, never complains, and still watch the promotion go to Brad, the guy whose only talent is laughing too loud at the boss's jokes. You can be the perfect partner. Buy flowers, listen to every rant, remember every date, and still get left on read because someone wasn't ready for something serious. You can eat kale for 6 months straight, jog every morning, meditate with Tibetan monks, and then get hit by the flu because the universe doesn't give loyalty points. It's brutal, it's unfair, it's absurd, and yet, here's the liberation. The moment you stop expecting the world to reward you, you start playing life by your own rules. Because entitlement is like bad Wi-Fi. It promises connection, but only leaves you buffering. You keep waiting for the universe to load something for you. And spoiler, the page never refreshes. Instead of crying, why me? Flip the script. Why not you? Why not take the chaos, the randomness, the glitch, and turn it into fuel? Camus would call this the revolt. Not rebellion with pitchforks, but rebellion with laughter. A middle finger to the cosmic unfairness. Because once you drop the illusion that life owes you, you're free to enjoy the little wins without bitterness. Like pizza after a long day, like laughing with friends at midnight, like scrolling through memes that make 0 sense, but somehow make more sense than your entire career. That's the ugly truth about entitlement. When you expect nothing, everything becomes a bonus. If you felt this conversation mattered, even a little, hit the like. Not for me, for the algorithm. Because sadly, the machine does need meaning to function. Here's the plot twist nobody expects. The fact that life has no script isn't a tragedy, it's a cheat code. Because if there's no universal manual, no cosmic referee, no secret destiny waiting for you, then you're free. Completely. Scarily free. Think about it. If life had a fixed purpose, you'd just be an NPC running a mission. Wake up, grind, collect gold coins, die, like Mario, but with worse graphics. But since there's no mission log, you get to write your own quests. You don't have to be the doctor, lawyer, engineer, checkbox your parents wanted. You don't have to chase the 6-figure lifestyle Instagram keeps shoving down your throat. You don't have to marry at 30, house at 35, retire at 65. That whole path, it's DLC you never asked for. Here's the wild part. The moment you realize nothing matters by default, anything can matter by choice. You can decide that learning guitar at 27 is the most epic adventure ever. You can decide that late-night ramen with friends is sacred. You can decide that painting frogs in space helmets is your life's calling, and nobody can stop you. That's the freedom in chaos. If the universe doesn't hand you meaning, you've got a blank canvas. And honestly, that's scarier than rules, because rules are safe. They tell you what to do. Chaos doesn't. Chaos stares at you and says, "Your move." Camus called it the revolt. Not giving up, not pretending there's a hidden purpose, but saying, "Screw it, I'll live anyway, and I'll live loud." It's like Sisyphus, cursed to push his rock forever. At first, it looks like torture. But what if, just what if, he looked at that rock and thought, "Damn, nice workout. Free gym membership for eternity." That's the spirit. You take the same struggle, the same chaos, the same absurd treadmill, and you flip it. You laugh at it. You own it. So the real question isn't, what's the meaning of life? The real question is, what meaning will you create today? So here we are. We started with chaos. We walked through absurdity. We tore down illusions. And now, we're staring at the big, uncomfortable truth. Life doesn't owe you anything. And that's not depressing. That's freedom. Because if the universe isn't going to hand you meaning, you get to create your own. If nothing is guaranteed, everything is possible. You don't need cosmic permission to start that project. You don't need divine approval to fall in love, to fail, to try again. You don't need the universe to clap for you. Clap for yourself. Think about it. Every laugh with a friend, every terrible pizza, every stupid meme at 3 a.m. That's meaning, not because it was written in the stars, but because you decided it mattered. That's the secret nobody tells you. The search for meaning was never about finding answers. It was about giving yourself the right to play the game your way. So next time you feel lost, anxious, crushed by the weight of what's the point? Remember this. The point is whatever you decide it is. And if that sounds small, it's not. It's everything. Because when nothing is written, you're free to write it all. And if you want more absurd late-night philosophy like this, subscribe. Not because you should,